Hey guys, this is Alex Linnebrink with Passage, and I want to walk you through the brand new Passage Manager app. Version 2 is out and available for both Android and iOS. And I just want to take a couple seconds to show you exactly how that's going to work for you for both checking in guests at the door and selling tickets at the door using our mobile app and card swiper, and potentially even printing those tickets at the door if you have one of our ticket printers or thermal receipt printers as well. So first things first, we have to get this app installed. Whether you're on Android or iOS, you're going to need to go to your app store. So for Apple, that is just called the App Store. I can just hit that blue icon. And for Android, that's going to be called the Google Play Store. Either way, once you're there, you're going to want to search for the Passage Manager app. And I'll just tap that. And you're going to get a few results. I don't know what the other ones are, but the one with the orange location pointer with the P in it on the left that you see here, that's called Passage Manager. That's what you're going to want to download and install. So I'll go ahead and click that to start it installing. Should be pretty quick on either platform. Then you can open that up. The first time that you open that up, you're going to get a login screen. It's going to look something like this, and you can use your login info, the exact same login info that you use online, either with Passage or with one of our category-specific brands like HauntPay or Escape Tix or Soccer Stub or HauntPay or Saver Stub or Bleacher Pay. We have a whole variety of different brands, and you can use them all right here. It's that same login. So I'm going to go ahead and hit login. Now, the first thing you're going to see is either the check-in screen or this settings screen, and you can navigate between them by those tabs that you see on the bottom, or if you're on Android, it'll be in a menu on the left-hand side that you can pull out at any time. So real quick, since we're in the settings, I'll go through it real fast. There's only a few options here on the left. You can choose scan mode, and that'll let you enable or disable quick scan, which I'll talk about in just a second. There are options to set up your Bokeh printer, your Star thermal receipt printer, or of course, just log out. So that's where you find all of that stuff. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and click check in. All right. The first thing you're going to want to do when you're in the check-in mode is select an event. So that's at the top left on that first kind of panel of 3 that you've got there. Or if you're on the phone version, that's all you'll see. You'll just want to click that select an event button. That's going to show a list of all your events in the center here. Or again, if you're on the phone, it'll be in the whole screen. I'll go ahead and select an event. And then beneath that, you can also choose a time slot if you want, and a ticket type if you want, or you can just leave these any ticket type. So I'll go ahead and click any for that one. Now, under that, on the left-hand side, you're going to notice that you have a guest list available, and this is instantly searchable. So if I wanted, I could just go ahead and click a couple letters of the last name, and we'll see a couple names available. So I'll go ahead and select one of those, and this says that Alex Linnebrink has a pass. In the middle, you'll see those results that's already been used. So don't let this guy in if he shows up again. But the other side of that is, let me see if I can find another one. I'm going to grab Jim Tester, and his pass is also used there. But if somebody was to have an unused pass, maybe Brandon has some here, there you go. You can see a few passes that he has that are unused. So we can just tap one of those and check them in so that they can't be checked in elsewhere. Their paper ticket would cease to work if you did this. But what about that paper ticket? That's the other option here. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see the viewfinder. And here's an example of a paper ticket. Now, this one is good for, I don't know if you can read that or not, but it's good for 2 general admissions and 1 t-shirt. So if I go ahead and hold this over the barcode, I can tap to scan, and very quickly, it's going to show up in the middle that we've got 2 general admissions available and 1 t-shirt. So if I want to redeem one of those, I can just tap that toggle next to it. And this is important to note. I'll do that on the top one here so you can see that. It's important to note that left and green means it's open. That ticket hasn't been used yet. But right, if it's toggled to the right and it's grayed out, that means it has been used and you shouldn't be letting that person in again. Now, this is a great view if you want to see all of the details. So I just scan that and we see all of the tickets available, the ticket types, the date they're good for, even the products that are down there as well. But maybe I don't need all of that detail. Before I get to this, though, I do want to note that you can also reprint tickets at the top if you have one of our ticket printers, or if there's a big group coming, you can just hit redeem all at the top. So that's important to notice as well. I am going to unredeem these tickets so that we can test them real quick. Again, scanning one more time. You can lock employees out of being able to unredeem, though. So the next thing I'm going to show you is what you would do if maybe you don't need all of that detail. Maybe you just are worried about the basics and you want to see those first. So let me get this off the screen. I'm going to grab my Android app and pull this over here. So this is the exact same app, but running on a phone form factor. So just the smaller version. And I do recommend this if you're just checking people in, if you're not doing any sales, because it's easier to move this camera around being on a phone than having a whole tablet there. But I want to set this, I want to show you what quick scan mode is like. So again, I'm going to jet over to the settings, scanning options, and then choose quick scan. All right. So now that I've done that, we already have our event set up. But if I was to change that, I could just click that event name and select a different one. I can click a time slot and select a specific time slot if I wanted to, and maybe even ticket type. But this will show you what quick scan works. This is much better if you just have a single event that you're looking into. I just go over that barcode and I'm going to tap it, and it's very quickly going to tell me green check for yes, there's at least one ticket available for those settings and you can let that person in, or red X for no. So you remember, this had 2 tickets available. So I've checked in one person. Now if I tap it again, it's going to refresh and show me that yes, there's another ticket available. But if I check it one more time, it's going to say no, there are no more tickets available. So if somebody came with a duplicate copy of this ticket, they're not going to be able to get in. So that's the quick scan mode, and I really do recommend using that. That'll speed your life up if you're only letting people in for one event at a time or one ticket at a time there. Otherwise, you want to use the standard scanning mode so that you can see what tickets they had available. With that, I'm going to jump back to my iOS app just so I can show you what it's like to sell tickets in person. And I really do recommend using the tablet version of the app. That's really the main difference here for selling. And the big reason is this is because you have more screen real estate. That said, it's going to work fine on a phone or an iPod Touch as well. But I think it's just a little better if you have the full tablet setup. So again, to get to sales, we're already there, but you can choose the sell option in the middle at the bottom. And then you're going to see a similar screen to the check-in stuff, the 3-column layout. So I can go ahead and click the event name to choose my event. Then I have the option to toggle between events and products on the left-hand side. So while I'm in events, I can select my ticket type, or my time slot on the left-hand side, and then that will show me the available ticket types in the middle. I can go ahead and tap one of those to add it to the cart, and that'll show up on the right-hand side. I can tap another general admission if I want to say, hey, now I've got 2 general admissions in the cart, and I could even add another ticket type if I wanted. And I can, on any of these, click the minus next to the ticket type to remove it. So I'll just tap that on the VIP. And if I wanted to remove a bunch at once, I could click the clear cart button, which is just below the cart. There, all my items are gone now. So I'm going to go ahead and add back in a couple general admissions. I'll also, on the left-hand side, select products, grab a t-shirt. The variants of that t-shirt, of that product, will show in the middle. I'll go ahead and tap that. So we've got a t-shirt on this order as well. Now, if I wanted to add a promo code, I could click promo code. Those options will show in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and choose discount 1. That should take a couple bucks off. There we go. It did. And we've got that total on the right. So I could swipe a card right now and it would charge me that grand total at the bottom there. Otherwise, I could tap key card and type that in manually. This is all on the right-hand side. I just swapped from swipe to key card, those tabs on the right. Or I could select cash And if I want, I can type in the amount of cash that they gave me, and it'll tell me the change due. You don't have to do that. That's just if you need an extra calculator. And then click complete sale. And of course, after I complete sale, they have the option to sign on the screen. You can click clear signature at the bottom if they screwed it up, re-sign. Then on the top right, I can print tickets or print a receipt if I have a receipt or ticket printer set up. And I can even email a receipt. And to do that, I would go ahead and click enter email at the top left, type in an email address, and this will also send them a scannable ticket if they're ordering tickets for later. And then I'm just going to tap the email receipt button to actually send it. And then we're done. I could also have clicked the done button if I didn't want to send a receipt there. And I'm just to show you that that's, basically the same again on the phone version of the app here as opposed. Let me go ahead and pick that up one more time as well. So here we go. Here's our phone. I'm going to go ahead and on the menu on the left, I'll click sell. Again, if this were iOS, it would just be a sell button at the bottom instead. That's the only difference between Android and iOS. I can select my event or just use the one that's already selected. Tap the time slot, add a general admission to the cart. If I want to go back, I could tap a product as well. And that's just using that back button at the top. And I can add a medium t-shirt to my cart there. And I could even actually add different events if I wanted, if I own more than one event. I could tap back, tap the event name, select a different event like Pitch Black here. That's then going to show me the options for Pitch Black. I'll tap events, select their time slot, select a ticket type, and now it's added to cart as well. So you can navigate back and forth there using that back button at the top. That's the reason I kind of like the tablet view a little more than the phone view, because you don't need that back button. You can just see everything on one screen. But either way, it's pretty simple. Then again, just like before, I can hit checkout. We can swipe a card. We can key in a card. Or we can just do a cash transaction. And again, sign on the screen is the goal here. And you can email a receipt, print a receipt, or just click done. So in a nutshell, that is the Passage Manager app. It's very simple to use, very quick to use. The sales are way more versatile because we have the ability to jump between the events and the products, which is something that we didn't really have that easily on the previous version there. It was just kind of one big long list. We can see variants. We can choose multiple events if we want now. So that's basically how everything's working. I really hope that you like the new app, that it's working well for you guys. And please send us your feedback. We love getting great feedback and seeing how we can make things better for you. So thanks again. This is Alex Lindebrink with Passage. This is the Passage Manager app version 2.0, and you can download it right now today on the Apple App Store or the Android Google Play Store. Thanks.